So how do I escalate? How do I start practicing these verbal skills? I know that I'm supposed to slow down as far as how much touching I'm doing. She says she wants space and maybe she loves me, but she's not in love with me. And all physicality is off the table right now, right? In your situation. Or you're trying to grow it back and you're being, let's say, careful or more cognizant of taking things step by step, moving inch by inch, moving your body literally 10% or 20% of the speed that you did in the past toward her physically. And you want to know some tricks and tips about how to escalate emotionally, how to connect with her verbally and emotionally, because that's really difficult for us sometimes. Hey, I'm Mr. Jeff Allen. This is Cynthia Kruse, the only woman allowed on this channel and on the C Note show, our daily Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time call-in show. And today we talked about the way that the cliff notes here is you want to use emotional adventures when you're speaking with her, meaning in 2 sentences or 3 or 4 sentences, talk about the emotional adventure that you want to experience in your life or with her, within a vision you have, a bucket list item. You have a bucket list, I hope, right? You have some things you want to be shooting for. A bucket list item, what you want to experience, what it would be like to be at the top of Tikal in Guatemala when the sun comes up over the temple, okay, which I've been there. What it's like to feel the giant stones in the Pyramid of Giza, and I've been there as well. I've been all over the world, and it's talking about what does it feel like? Because I visualized being there before I was there and talking about places I haven't been. I haven't been to Stonehenge. I haven't been to Angkor Wat in Southeast Asia. There's lots of places that we want to go, that I want to go, that I can talk about what the experience may be like there, the visceral experience, the depth of history there as I close my eyes and picture the civilizations that have been there thousands of years before, and what it might have been like for someone walking around in their bare feet or sandals on the dirt floors of the temple. These kind of things. You want to use an emotional adventure in your mind, and that in and of itself, and I want to ask you, Cynthia, so what is it like when a man shares this emotional adventure, whether it's something he's talking about together or that a vision he has in the world? Does that invite her in? Is that true that this is a form of verbal escalation? Talk with us about that.
Yeah, I love the idea that it does invite her in, and what it actually really does is, women often will say, I want to know the depth of him, my partner, what's really going on inside of him. And what you're doing is you're kind of pulling back the curtain on a piece of your soul, or what you might call your imagination, or your vision, or just magic in general. And you inviting her into that, she gets to feel special. She gets to feel like the woman, the partner next to you along for the ride. And that's more important than, there's a gentleman I talked to a couple of days ago who said his woman would feel more safe, more secure if she knew exactly what his schedule was every day. She wants to hear about his day. She doesn't want to just hear that it's the same day every time. And he's kind of confused by that. And the partner, the woman, the feminine, doesn't need really a bulleted list, doesn't need the perfect schedule. From you, she craves and wants just a pulling back of the curtain and being a part of that very special golden lion energy for adventure and for seeing that you have.
Beautiful. So I'll give you a cherry on top here in a second. If you don't yet have our free 45-minute audiobook, which is The Staircase of Intimacy, the staircase of emotional intimacy and physical intimacy, it's 2 different staircases. You cannot escalate physically past the stair of emotional connection that you have. So we've got the emotional staircase and the physical staircase. And that can move quickly, right? That she can move and you can move, the 2 of you can move up and down that staircase quickly. It doesn't have to take forever, but you need to know what to do, what to say, how to escalate, what to feel. And Cynthia and I put together a 45-minute audiobook, greatmenmovemountains.com/free audiobook to get The Staircase of Intimacy. So cherry on top around A woman who's asking you to give you logical answers, don't fall into the trap. It's a trap, okay? Even if she's asking you a logical question, that's really not a logical question. That's just the best way she has to verbalize that she's wanting more from you. She's wanting more adventure, some more connection. Unless she actually asks you what the budget is or something specific, she's asked that woman was asking for a connection and understanding his day, for him to share his day, for him to connect with her more. So don't try to give her the whole day. Pick one thing that happened and go deep with it. She wants to feel deep expression about that one thing, how it fueled you from the inside, or what the pull over here emotionally was, and then the push over here emotionally was. She wants to feel emotional range and emotional expression. And that's why we talk about in the Daily The C Note Show, diving into the pool of vulnerability or fear or something that takes courage to face, and then kicking up off the bottom of the pool with a perspective on that thing and a plan of what you're doing as a man in the world. You don't want to drown in vulnerability, okay? You want to share and then have perspective on which way you're going in the world. And share those deep, that one maybe deep instance with her, instead of just trying to skip a rock across the top and then it's like, is that all you wanted? Don't give her the logical answer. Go deep with something emotionally. Cynthia, thanks for being here. Go move mountains one step at a time, guys.